Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodik. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Thunderbolts issues 40 to 41, written by Fabian Nicieza, art by Mark Bagley. And I gotta say, Mark Bagley's art is freaking timeless. I really love it. And in this particular story that we're going to cover, a lot of weird stuff happens. Like, Hawkeye takes this really stupid decision. We get the introduction of this superhero group that's been operating since forever, and no one knew about these guys. And they operate within the territory of this very small country where there's another superhero team there, and they didn't know about them. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's get into this story. So in the prior issue, we got the big reveal of who was the new Citizen V. It was Dallas Riordan, Atlas's girlfriend. And Citizen V was like sort of spying on the Thunderbolts, keeping tabs on their operations and what the hell they were doing. We get this big confrontation between the Thunderbolts and the V-Battalion, who are the ones who are giving Citizen V her orders. They hold her leash. And when we have this confrontation, Citizen V just disappears. She goes poof out of midair, and she's actually captured by the Crimson Cowl. And so the V-Battalion just lose their shit. It's like, what did you do with our operative? Where is she? So obviously we get this brief skirmish between Thunderbolts and the V-Battalion. And the interesting thing about the V-Battalion, as I sort of mentioned previously, like we get the introduction of this super secret group that hunt down war criminals, especially Nazis, in Simcaria, a very small Eastern European country. It's a fictitious country, obviously. Same country where Silver Sable operates out of, who also hunts down Nazis and war criminals. She has her team, the Six Pack. And it seems that Silver Sable was not aware of the existence of this group or kept it secret. These guys never popped up in Marvel lore up until this moment. And like they have this gigantic ship and they park it out for everyone to see. It's really funny. But that aside, what happens is Atlas shrinks down to normal size. He's able to get onto the ship. He wants to discover what the hell is this V-Battalion, the ones behind and controlling his girlfriend, and he's pretty surprised that she's a Citizen V in the first place. And he wants to see if he can find any type of information that can help him find her in the first place. So he's on the ship. The ship goes flying back to Simcaria. Look, it's gigantic. And what happens is Hawkeye has this very stupid idea. So he wants to recruit Sandman. Sandman used to be a hero in the early 90s. He reformed. He joined the Avengers. Later on, he joined Silver Sable's Six Pack and was doing that whole hunting Nazi fugitives and war criminals and doing but good mercenary work and stuff like that. But he got captured by the Wizard at some time. He gets brainwashed. He gets turned back into a villain. And now he wants to take vengeance on the Silver Sable. So Hawkeye thinks it's a great idea. Let's recruit Sandman. What can go wrong? So Mach, I guess he's Mach 2 or Mach 3 at this moment, goes with Sandman in a little canister all the way to Simcaria. And he's going to use Sandman to get some intelligence. He's going to investigate where this V-Battalion has their base, even though they have this gigantic ship that's very visible where they have to go. He drops him, and immediately Sandman goes AWOL. He's like, screw you guys. I'm going to go take my vengeance on the Six Pack. Bye. He pieces out. But the fact that having the Thunderbolts actually operating within Simcaria does draw the attention of the V-Battalion. They're going to have the confrontation. And, you know, one cool thing that I had, not a cool thing, a cool character I totally forgotten about is Charcoal. He's such a freaking awesome character. He was part of the Thunderbolts. He got killed off. I think Gravidon killed him. And he was never brought back. But he's such a cool character. Like he's super strong. He's like the Thing. He really reminds me of the New Mutant character or X-Men character Landslide, because he's like all made of stone and stuff like that. But he could also turn himself on fire and become super hot. He's somewhat of a powerhouse, and like after he got killed, no one ever brought him back. So in the middle of the heat of the battle, we get the introduction of the Penance Council, the leaders, the real heavy hitters of the V-Battalion. All these characters are old school characters who had fought in the Second World War. We got Destroyer here. So now we have the Thunderbolts going up against the Penance Council. We get a lot of action. We have, I completely forgot her name. It's Moonstone, but in this series, when she was part of the Thunderbolts, she was called Meteorite. She's having issues with her powers and with the origins of her powers because of the Moonstone itself. And so she's having like these weird identity issues. So she sort of like freaks out, goes flying into space. Her costume also changes. Also, in the middle of the battle, Hawkeye sort of stops and tells Destroyer's like, oops, I sort of screwed up. I came with this guy called Sandman. He was going to do the recon for this mission. He went AWOL. He went after the six-pack for Silver Sable's men. Can you guys from the Penance Council give me a hand with this situation? So both hero groups set their differences aside and try to hunt down Sandman. So both teams teaming up. They're able to find Sandman. We get a brief battle where they're able to stop Sandman in pretty cool fashion, because a lot of characters, you have Charcoal and two members of the Penance Council that have heat powers or fire-based powers. Songbird puts Sandman within a bubble and they just fuse him into a glass ball. It's pretty brutal for Sandman. So after stopping Sandman, we got both teams saying, hey, no hard feelings. Look, we didn't do anything to Dallas or Citizen B. We don't know what happened, but we're going to help you guys find her. And there's where we're going to leave this video. So, and the last page, this Scourge, this particular version of Scourge that popped up in the Thunderbolt series was so freaking awesome. And the big reveal that he was actually Nomad was even cooler because he was like a super obscure character. That I already did a video on this when he tried to kill Baron Zemo. Freaking awesome. So I hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time. Bye.